A family in coastal Georgia financed a $42,000 bowrider in the spring. By the second summer, the stringer system, the internal framework holding the hull together, had begun to delaminate. The dealer quoted $8,400 in structural repairs. The warranty had just expired. The boat was 26 months old. 3 independent marine surveyors said the same thing. This was not owner neglect. It was an engineering decision made before the boat left the factory. That is not bad luck. That is the business model. Today, we expose 5 boat brands robbing American buyers blind, and reveal 5 that are actually worth the money. Number 10. Chaparral Boats. Chaparral charges fiberglass runabout, buyers a premium for a family boating legacy, while quietly delivering construction that does not justify the gap between its price and its competition. Founded in 1965 in Nashville, Georgia, Chaparral is privately held and genuinely independent, which makes the value equation more frustrating, not less, because there is no conglomerate to blame. SSI and SSX series models retail from $38,000 to $68,000. Hull layup uses a hand-laid fiberglass process, but gel coat thickness on production models has been measured by independent surveyors at the lower end of acceptable tolerances. Stern drive maintenance in saltwater environments runs $800 to $1,400 annually. 5-year resale on SSI models averages 52 to 58% of original purchase price. The gel coat warranty contains exclusions for environmental exposure broad enough to cover most real-world failure scenarios. Owner forums document gel coat crazing and blister formation at the 4 to 6 year mark as a recurring pattern, particularly in southern freshwater lakes. Professional blister remediation runs $3,000 to $7,000. You are paying for 60 years of independent heritage. The hull underneath is competent, but not differentiated enough to justify the premium over brands retailing for 20 to 30% less. The next brand cannot even claim that independence. Number 9. Bayliner. Bayliner built an honest reputation selling affordable entry-level boats in the 80s and 90s. Brunswick Corporation's ownership has turned the badge into a warning label that budget buyers do not know to read. Brunswick acquired Bayliner in 1986 and also owns Mercury Marine, Sea Ray, and Boston Whaler, a marine conglomerate whose portfolio breadth creates pressure for platform consolidation across every price tier. Element and VR series models retail from $18,000 to $32,000. Owner reports of floor delamination within 3 to 5 years of purchase on Element series models are well documented across marine forums. Mercury engine integration is a Brunswick cross-sell, and warranty service flows through Brunswick-affiliated dealers in most regions, meaning your repair relationship and your warranty relationship are managed by the same corporate structure. 5-year resale averages 38 to 47% of original price. Here is where it gets more cynical. Brunswick's ownership of both Bayliner and Mercury creates a closed ecosystem where the boat depreciates faster than the engine, but service requires the same dealer network, building captive service economics on top of accelerating depreciation. When the hull delaminates at year 4, the repair cost exceeds resale value. Brunswick sells another boat. The buyer finances another entry-level vessel. The next brand charges you Sea Ray money and delivers the same platform economics dressed in aspirational marketing. Number 8. Sea Ray. Sea Ray built a legitimate claim to premium pricing across 4 decades of fiberglass innovation. Today, the badge still commands that premium, but the construction and warranty execution no longer justify the cost gap over category competitors. Sea Ray was acquired by Brunswick Corporation in 1986, the same parent as Bayliner. The SPX and SDX series retail from $35,000 to $75,000, with 270 Sundancer models reaching $130,000 to $180,000. The engineering gap between a $42,000 Sea Ray and a $28,000 Bayliner is measurable but not proportional to the price difference. The hull warranty contains exclusions for osmotic blistering resulting from environmental conditions. Language that covers the most common hull failure mode. Windshield gasket failures and upholstery delamination have been documented within 18 to 24 months of purchase on recent model years. 5-year resale on SPX models averages 48 to 55% of original price. You are not buying a premium boat. You are buying a premium badge applied to a Brunswick production platform with a warranty dispute process that escalates to the same corporate structure that issued the warranty. There is no independent dealer with a local reputation at stake willing to go to bat for you. The next brand adds patriotic marketing on top of that same warranty architecture. Number 7. Tracker boats. Tracker sells aluminum and fiberglass fishing boats on aggressive promotional pricing and a best warranty in the industry claim that independent buyer experience consistently contradicts in the fine print. Tracker Marine Group is owned by White River Marine Group, a subsidiary of Bass Pro Shops, which also owns Nitro, Ranger Boats, Mako, Triton, Tahoe, and Grizzly, one of the most concentrated ownership structures in recreational boating. Pro Team aluminum fishing boats retail from $12,000 to $28,000. The limited lifetime structural warranty on aluminum hulls contains exclusions for corrosion resulting from improper use, storage, or maintenance. Language broad enough to encompass virtually every real-world freshwater and saltwater operating environment. The dealer network is Bass Pro Shops retail locations, a single-channel distribution model that removes independent dealer advocacy from the warranty dispute process entirely. Marine forums document a consistent pattern of aluminum hull weld failures on models under 5 years old, with warranty denials citing impact damage, even when no impact event was reported by the owner. Re-weld quotes from independent marine fabricators run $400 to $1,800. When you buy a tracker at a Bass Pro Shops retail event with a best warranty banner overhead, you are inside a vertically integrated ecosystem where the manufacturer, retailer, financing arm, and warranty administrator are functionally the same entity. Your escalation path leads back to the same corporate structure every time. The next brand charges luxury bowrider prices and delivers a warranty architecture even more difficult to navigate. Number 6. Cobalt boats. Cobalt charges $60,000 to $160,000 for a product whose showroom presentation is genuinely excellent and whose below-the-waterline engineering on older production runs has generated a documented repair economy that benefits the dealer network at the owner's expense. Founded in 1968 in Neodesha, Kansas, Cobalt carries a private equity ownership layer above a brand charging premium prices, and private equity margin pressure surfaces in production decisions that are invisible in the showroom. Transom construction on pre-2019 models used a composite and wood hybrid that independent surveyors have flagged for moisture intrusion at the 6 to 10 year mark. Post-2019 production shifted to composite transoms, an engineering improvement that stranded the existing owner base with legacy construction and no retroactive remedy. Stern drive service in freshwater markets runs $600 to $1,200 annually. Coastal saltwater adds another $400 to $800. 5-year resale on A-Series models holds 58 to 65%, above Bayliner and Sea Ray, but below what a $100,000 purchase price implies. Transom replacement on a 24-foot sport boat runs $4,000 to $9,000 at independent marine yards. The Cobalt showroom experience, the upholstery, the dashboard design, the gel coat gloss, is the part of the boat with no structural function. The structural decisions are made below the waterline, where no one looks until a surveyor is measuring for resale. 5 brands that charged you for engineering they did not deliver. Now, the list changes. Before we get into the brands worth your money, drop a comment right now. Have you ever owned a boat where the repair quote arrived suspiciously close to what a replacement would cost? My guess is a meaningful number of you are going to describe that exact moment. That is not coincidence. That is the engineering calculation made before the boat left the factory. Let's continue. 5 brands where the badge is doing work the hull cannot support. Now 5 where the engineering does the talking, and the math rewards you for paying attention. Number 5. Grady White boats. Grady White is the gold standard for offshore fiberglass construction in the center console segment. A privately held, single factory manufacturer that has never been acquired, never platform shared with a budget sibling, and never compromised its hull layup schedule for quarterly margin targets. Founded in 1959, manufactured entirely in Greenville, North Carolina, still privately held, one factory, one ownership structure, no conglomerate above it applying cost reduction targets. The Freedom 275 dual console retails from $115,000 to $130,000. 7-year resale on documented brokerage listings runs 72 to 78% of original price, among the highest retention rates in the fiberglass production segment. The hull blistering warranty runs 10 years. A comparable Sea Ray purchased at the same price point loses an additional $15,000 to $22,000 in resale value over the same 7-year period. Independent marine surveyors consistently report that 15-year-old Grady White hulls pass pre-purchase survey without significant structural findings, a standard that eliminates the inspection anxiety that follows nearly every used boat purchase in the first half of this list. No conglomerate, no platform sharing, no budget sibling diluting the engineering focus. You will pay more on day one. You will be selling it for nearly full value a decade later. Number 4, Boston Whaler. Boston Whaler's tri-laminate hull construction, foam filled between inner and outer fiberglass shells, produces a vessel that is genuinely unsinkable, structurally self-reinforcing, and capable of documented 30-plus year service lives without hull structural failure. Founded in 1958, Boston Whaler is currently owned by Brunswick Corporation, the same parent as Sea Ray and Bayliner. That is the critical nuance on this list. Brunswick's ownership has not produced the same cost reduction engineering visible in its lower tier brands, because the foam fill construction is structural. Removing it to save cost removes the product's core value proposition. A 17-foot Super Sport retails from $22,000 to $27,000. The 270 Dauntless runs $85,000 to $100,000. 10-year resale on Montauk and Dauntless series runs 65 to 75%. A 1990 Montauk. 17 sells today for $12,000 to $18,000. A 35-year-old production boat with a functioning secondary market. The hull carries a lifetime transferable warranty on current production. The Montauk has been in continuous production since 1971, the longest uninterrupted production run of any fiberglass powerboat in American manufacturing history, which means parts availability extends back decades, not just 10 or 15 years. Brunswick owns the brand that is destroying Sea Ray's value proposition, and this one. The physics of the Whaler hull have outlasted every ownership structure so far. Number 3, Regulator Marine. Regulator Marine builds offshore center consoles using a vacuum-infused, wood-free fiberglass construction process that eliminates the primary failure mode, driving the largest repair bills in offshore fiberglass boating, wood stringer rot, and transom delamination. Founded in 1988 in Edenton, North Carolina, privately held, single facility, no conglomerate, no platform sharing, no budget sibling brand. The 23 center console retails from $98,000 to $115,000. The 31 center console runs $185,000 to $210,000. 8-year resale runs 68 to 76% in offshore fishing brokerage markets. No wood in the construction means no stringer replacement, no transom rebuild, the $4,000 to $12,000 structural repair event that represents the single largest maintenance cost in a conventional fiberglass production boat's service life. Over 15 years of ownership, that one engineering decision saves the cost of one major structural intervention. No wood, no rot, no structural rebuild conversation at year 8. Just a hull that is doing exactly what it was designed to do, documented across 4 decades of offshore performance data. Number 2, Lund boats. Lund's all-welded aluminum hull construction, using marine-grade alloy at gauges above the segment standard, produces freshwater and multi-species fishing boats with documented 20-plus year service lives and a parts supply chain that supports boats built in the 90s today. Founded in 1948 in New York Mills, Minnesota, Lund is owned by Brunswick Corporation, the same parent, the same asterisk. But the aluminum welding process and the alloy specification are not easily cost-reduced without destroying the structural case for the product. Brunswick has not done that here. The 1875 Impact XS retails from $28,000 to $34,000. The 2075 Pro VGL runs $48,000 to $58,000. 10-year resale runs 62 to 70%. A 1998 Lund Pro V in good condition sells today for $8,000 to $14,000. A 26-year-old aluminum hull holding a genuine secondary market. The hull carries a limited lifetime warranty, the longest in the aluminum fishing segment. Annual freshwater maintenance runs $600 to $1,200, the lowest total cost of ownership profile in recreational boating. Freshwater fishing guide fleets in Minnesota, Wisconsin, and Ontario run Lund hulls commercially for 15 to 20 seasons. That is not brand loyalty. That is hull integrity, measured in working seasons. Number 1, Contender boats. Contender is the undisputed engineering benchmark in the production offshore center console segment, a family-owned, single-facility manufacturer that has built the same vacuum-infused, wood-free, hand-finished fiberglass hull in Homestead, Florida since 1984, accumulating 40 years of documented offshore performance data that no conglomerate-owned brand in this segment can match. Privately held, family-owned across 2 generations, 1 factory, 1 owner, 40 years, no acquisition, no platform sharing, no private equity margin targets. The 25 T-Center console retails from $115,000 to $135,000. 10-year resale runs 75 to 85% on documented brokerage listings, the highest retention in the production offshore center console segment. A 2004 Contender 25T sells today for $65,000 to $85,000. A 20-year-old production boat commanding prices that exceed the original purchase price of every villain on this list. Wood-free construction eliminates structural rebuild costs over the hull's life, representing documented savings of $8,000 to $18,000 versus conventional construction over a 15-year offshore ownership period. Divide total ownership cost by 20 years of offshore service, and Contender's cost per operating hour is the lowest in the production fiberglass center console segment. The sticker price is the honest number. Everything after it gets cheaper. That is the exact opposite of every brand on the first half of this list. The recreational boat industry has spent 40 years perfecting the gap between what a hull looks like in a showroom and what it costs to own on the water. The brands on the first half of this list live in that gap, and they built it deliberately. The brands on the second half have spent the same 40 years closing it through engineering decisions made before the boat reached the dealer floor. The math is not complicated once you run it past year 5. A hull that holds its value, resists structural failure, and carries a warranty backed by genuine engineering commitment does not cost more over time. It costs less. It just requires more money on day 1, which is the one moment the showroom is designed to make you focus on. Drop a comment right now. What boat do you own? How long have you had it? And has it ever sent you a repair quote within 6 months of the warranty expiring? Subscribe if this video just saved you from financing a hull designed to delaminate before the loan is paid off. If you want to see more, click the video on screen now.